Okay, so our next lesson in integers is addition of integers. We will do addition first, and then we'll look at subtraction next class. So today we're just focusing on addition of integers. All right, so there's two methods when we're looking at integers. The first method is using the number line. So we talked about the number line last class. So number line can be used to do addition by moving left or right on a number line. So for example, here is a number line. All right, so here we have our first example, positive 4 plus negative 5. All right, so you're going to position yourself on the first integer. So the first integer is positive 4. So you're just going to position yourself here at positive 4. Okay, and then the next integer is going to tell us whether we are traveling left or right on the number line. So a positive integer means you're moving to the right. Okay, so positive integer means we move to the right. If it's a negative integer, we're going to move to the left. Okay, so here we have a positive 4, that's the first integer, so that's where we're starting. And then our next integer is negative 5, and it does say we're adding. So we're going to add negative 5 by moving to the left 5 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we end up here at negative 1. So we'll just dot that in like that. And our answer, therefore, is negative 1. All right, next example, we have negative 2 plus positive 5. So using a number line, we're going to start at negative 2. That's where we're starting. And then we're adding positive 5. So that means we're moving 5 places to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we end up here, which is positive 3. And the answer for that, it is positive 3. All right, so that is how we do addition of integers using the first method, which is a number line. So just practicing moving on the number line here. If we start at negative 8 and we're moving negative 3 places, that means we're moving 3 places to the left. So 3 places to the left, 1, 2, 3. So it would be negative 11 here next. So our answer here would be negative 11. All right, what about the next one? We're starting at positive 4 and we're moving negative 4. Where would we end up? All right, so for the next one, if we start at positive 4, which is here, and we're moving negative 4, we end up at 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We end up there at 0. All right, last one there. If you start at negative 4 and you move plus 9. All right, so the last one here, we're starting at negative 4, which is here. And we're going to move plus 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we do end up at positive 5. All right, so that was just a quick practice on how you would use a number line when you're adding integers. But we need to get into method 2, which has 2 rules. Okay, so this is our second method of addition. The first rule is if the signs of the integers are the same, you just add the numbers and keep the same sign. So our 2 examples here. First one is easy. It's just a positive 3 and a positive 5. You're just going to add that like normal. That's just 3 plus 5. That gives me an answer of 8. Or if you want to use your integer, you would say positive 8. All right, second example, we have negative plus a negative. So our rule says if the signs are the same, add the numbers and keep the same sign. So we're going to add 7 and 5, and we're going to keep the same sign, which is negative. So 7 plus 5 is 12, and we have to give it a negative because it's a negative plus a negative. The second rule states that if the signs of the integers are different, we have to subtract the numbers, and then you have to take the sign of the numerically larger number. So that'll make more sense when we do this example. So first of all, look at your two integers. This is a negative, this is a positive. Therefore, the rule says we have to subtract. So take 9, subtract 4, and we end up with 5. But what sign is it? Is it going to be negative or is it going to be positive? So you have to take the sign of the numerically larger number. 9 is a numerically larger number than the 4. 9 is a negative, so therefore you have to give it a negative. All right, let's take a look at our second example. We have a positive 8 plus negative 3. So the two signs are different, so therefore we know we have to subtract. So we're going to subtract 8 and 3. 8 and 3 is 5 again. But what will be the sign? Is it going to be positive or negative? So we look at our numerically larger number. 8 is numerically larger than 3, and it's a positive, therefore it's 5 or positive 5. All right, so I got a really good question here, so I'm just recording this. What if the numbers are the same, but they have the different signs? So for example, if we had plus 8 or positive 8 plus negative 8, all right? So firstly, if you have a positive 8 and negative 8, you know, because they're opposites, it would be equal to 0. But if we use our rule, we have a positive and a negative, so we would subtract. 8 minus 8 would be 0. And then 0 is neutral. It doesn't have a positive or a negative sign, so we would just leave the answer as 0. So for these next examples, we have 3 digits. So we're just going to use like order of operations here and just do it step by step. So first of all, I have negative 6 plus negative 3. So the signs are the same. It's a negative and a negative. So I have to add, but keep the same sign. So 6 plus 3 is 9, but I have to use the sign to be negative. So I end up with negative 9 or negative 6 plus negative 3. Then I still have plus negative 4. All right, so it's negative 9 plus negative 4. All right, so again, my signs are the same, so I have to add and keep the sign the same. All right, so I do end up with negative 13. All right, so for our next example, we have negative 13 plus 15. All right, so signs are different. We have a negative and we have a positive, so we have to subtract. So we have 2, and then you're taking the sign of the numerically larger number. The numerically larger number is 15, so we do have, it is positive 2, and then it's plus the negative 2. So positive 2 and negative 2, that will give me an answer of 0. All right, so next example, we're going to do the negative 3 and negative 4. So negative 3 plus negative 4, the signs are the same, so we're going to add and keep the same sign. So this becomes negative 7, and then we still have plus negative 15. All right, now the signs are both the same. They're negative and negative. So we add and keep the same sign. So 7 and 15 gives me 22, and they're both negative, so it's negative 22. So a person starts with $50. They earn $12. They spend $15. Then they earn $18, and then they spend $22. So what we have to do is translate it into an expression with integers, and then we have to find the integer that represents the overall change. So basically, write out the mathematical expression and then solve it. So we're going to start with $50. We'll start with 50. And then they're going to earn $12. So earning $12, I'm just going to put in brackets to show it's an integer. So plus the positive 12. Then they are going to spend $15. So you can just write minus 15, but since we're doing addition of integers, I'm just going to put here plus the negative 15. All right, so we've done the earns the 12, we've done spends 15. Now he, or this person, earns $18. So plus $18. And then they're spending $22. So plus negative 22. All right, so now we can go ahead and solve for this. So 50 plus 12. I'm just going to do it by steps, but I don't have enough room. So 50 plus 12, that gives me 62, plus the negative 15, plus the positive 18, and then plus the negative 22. Next, I'm going to do the 62 plus negative 15. I'm just going to bring it up here. 62 plus negative 15, we're subtracting. Okay, and then we're going to take the integer of the numerically larger number. So 62 subtract 15, that gives me 47. And we're going to keep it as a positive 47 because 62 is the numerically larger number. All right, so we have 47 now plus the positive 18 and then plus the negative 22. So I'm going to do these two next. They're both positive, so we're just going to add 47 plus 18, which is 65, plus the negative 22. So lastly, we just have to subtract the two numbers, 65 and negative 2, which gives me 43. And we take the sign of the numerically larger number. 65 is a numerically larger number, so it is positive. So this person, at the end of all that earning and spending, he or she will still have $43. All right, for this last example here, the temperature starts at 28 degrees. So we're going to start at 28. And then it says it drops 14 degrees. So plus negative 14. And then plus, it rises 12 degrees. So plus positive 12. And then plus, it drops 5 degrees. So minus 5. And then lastly, it gains 7 degrees. So plus positive 7. All right, so we start with at the very left. So we have 28 plus negative 14. So we subtract and take the sign of the numerically larger number. So 28 minus 14 is 14. And we're going to keep it positive because 28 is positive. So now we have 28. I'm just going to rewrite it out here. Plus positive 12 plus negative 5 plus the positive 7. So next we have 14 plus 12. So we just add that like normal. 14 plus 12 is 26. So we have 26 plus negative 5 plus the positive 7. Okay, so 26 plus negative 5. We have a positive integer and a negative integer, so we have to subtract and then take the sign of the numerically larger number. So 26 minus 5, that is 21, and it will be positive. And we're left with 27 plus positive 7, which gives me 28 degrees Celsius. All right, so the homework today, it is lengthy, you'll notice, so I've just broken it up into these parts. So Math 7, part A, B, C, D, H odds. Math 8 is part A, B, F odds, which is also here on the screen.